Okay, so exporting our geometry from Houdini, this right here, which has all our UVs. Right clicked, we did our save, geometry. Already did that. So now we're gonna open up Substance Painter. All right, so now I'm going to go to File, New, Select, and I'm gonna go find my, here goes my folder right here, right? Metro Seat, click on this. And then, so we selected it, it's cool. And then I just go to OK. Oh, I don't see it. Cannot create an importer. Why did that not work? So let me see. That should totally work. Let me try this another thing though. So I'll go to File, Save, Geometry. Instead of going to FBX, see if this works. ABC. That should have worked. Don't know why I didn't. Let's try this again. So ABC just means alembic, so it's just another file format. So let me go to File, New, File, Select, ABC. So that one. Okay. Okay. Now it's in here. Cool. Don't know why that happened, but it happened. So yeah, this works in the same way. Just need the 3-button mouse, Alt right click to rotate, Alt middle click to pan, Alt right click to zoom in and out. Right here is like our parameters. So if I lower this, well, let me see if I can, yeah, I'll just move this down. If I move this window down, we can see we have our groups that we made, right? Remember the underscore group? So if I click on this eyeball, the cushion disappears, right? If I click on the seat back, that disappears. That shouldn't be hollow. Not sure what's going on, why that'd be hollow like that. We have our event box, event slats. And then this right here is a little eyeball. So if I'm selecting one group and I click on one, it kind of solos it out. As you can see, the eyeballs go away. And then if I go click on this one, I can do show all, I can do hide all, so basically visibility settings. And I can just click on this eyeball. I don't know why that side isn't there, but like I said, I'll investigate that later. So when you click on these groups, right, I can modify each group separately. But before I do that, I want to do something called baking the textures. And you do that 2 ways. You can go to texture set settings, and then I can go to bake mesh maps, or I can go over, what is it? One of these. Yeah, I can go to bake mesh maps here. Anyway, it brings up this window. So I click on that, it brings up that window. If I click it over here, it brings up the same window. Now I want to go over to this 2048 for file size resolution, and then go to bake selected textures. And what this does is it calculates the distance between objects to get the ambient occlusion, which is like the space. Well, you'll see. It'll like make when 2 surfaces are close to each other, it'll make them darker. And it just helps the program know where the position of these objects are. because some of these materials react to the curvature of the object, the position, how close it is. So if there's something right here where it's like the middle, where the seats kind of gets darker, it'll take that into account when applying materials. I don't know why the side issues here. This, like I said, I'll figure that out. But this will just get you started in the program. So what it's doing is looking over all those UV tiles and calculating all this information. Okay. So as you can see, it looks a little bit different than it did before we did this, because it's saying, all right, well, these surfaces right here are darker. It kind of gives it another look. That is bugging me out. We're going to figure that one out. Actually, just to do it, I think I know what it is. Let me click back on this. And here's the beauty of Houdini, right? If we're modeling another program, we do a whole bunch of stuff. It's kind of like we're stuck with our end result. That's why I tell you all to copy geometry when we're modeling. But for this, we can what you call it? We can go back in and modify it as we need. So the seat back, something's going on with this. And you know what? I should have known because of the color of it, right? Because these are all looking normal. And this is looking, it's actually inside out, right? So what I need to do is I just need to go to this group and I'll just type in right click, REVR, reverse. Click on this. So we see what it's looking like now. We click on this and I type in normal. Now I click on this. And what happened is, well, let me straighten this out, right? So I'll just take these nodes, put them right here. And of course, I can spread these out however I like. So I just inserted these inside of the stack. So now this is normal. I mean, if we look back, right, it's purple because somehow it got turned inside out. Like I said, do not know why or how I did that. I went to reverse and I type in normal. And now it's looking the right side up. And if I click on this, now everything's the same shade. But because it's Houdini, right, everything we did when I go down this pipe just updates, you know? So with this one, I'll just right click, I'll do save geometry. And then this one, I'll just overwrite it. FBX, our old one that I made, remember? It was messed up. And now if I go back into substance, and this is another cool thing you can do. Let's say I did a whole bunch of painting on this, which I didn't do. But if I did, I could like just go in and go to edit, pop project configuration, and then like put in the new one. This is Alembic, so it might not work, but I'm just gonna start this over. So I'll just go to File, New, select, and I'll do the FBX one, Metro C, with the new reversing I did. Okay, and then I press discard. Oh, still not happening. Not sure why, but since that's the case, I'll just go to save geometry. And I'll just do V2. Who knows? Maybe for whatever reason today, Alembic is the one that is working. So I'll just go back here, go to File, New, and I'll just do the Alembic one. Remember, I made a version 2 just to show you. Okay, discard. All right, so look, that one worked, right? So I guess let's just stick with ABC Alembic. So now it worked. Let's bake it. So let's look at it visually and see what it looks like before. Oh, you look, see I'm painting. I'll just do Control Z. So File, Bake Mesh Maps, 2048, bake selected textures. Hey, sometimes it happens, you know. Sometimes it's not smooth, but at least we did this so we know where the mistake happened, you know, and then you can fix it for yourself. So let's just stick with Alembic, put it into groups, and that seems to work better than FBX this time. And the more of those tiles that you have, the, you know, the longer this thing takes, but the more the tiles, the smaller these, I mean, yeah, the more tiles, the smaller the textile density, and the smaller those squares are, the more resolution it is. Think about it like a picture that's zoomed in, you know, and you can see all the pixels. But for this, it's you know, it's 3D. So what's called textile density. So the larger they are, less resolution, smaller the better. So if they're even smaller than this for whatever reason, which is a way to get them smaller, I'm not going to go through all that. It's just supposed to be basic. But when you do that, looks better. Okay, so look at it, right? It already looks good, to me at least. All right. So let's add some materials real quick, right? So here are our parameters, right? So this is what we have, how we adjust our materials. And then if I scroll down, so this is the layer, right? Right now it's on the cushion. This is the cushion layer. So if I take this brush and I try to paint on everything else, it doesn't work, right? It's just on the cushions. I'll do Control Z. So this right here is just a brush layer, but I want to add a material. So if I go over here, I can find a bunch of different materials and modify them. I can also make my own, but for the sake of this, I'll go into making your own later, but I'll just add something. And you can even search, and you can also go online and find materials as well. Let me type in cloth. No, fabric. Yeah, I might do this fabric one. And it says knit. I'm trying to get some metro seat material because we can go in and like modify this. I'll do this leather rough. So what I'll do is I'll left click this, I'll take this and I'll drag it over here into our layers. I can drag it on top or on bottom, doesn't matter, all right? Because this one has nothing in it. So now it's like this, right? Now, if I scroll down right here, we have scale, which scales UV. So if I scale it like this, we see these tiles are, I mean, it's like repeating this. And scale it up, you can see what it's doing. So it's kind of like adjusting to however we want it, right? The scale of our texture. But you have to look out for things, you know? So you see this break right here? I mean, there's ways we can paint over that, but if you have it at a certain resolution, it's almost like you can't see that break. So I like this. The color, it's not quite metro seat color, right? So let's make it a little bit more orangina, right? Like the metro. Okay, I think that's all right. Of course, I could, you know, get a little bit deeper. Yeah, it's something we can do. Now we have properties. Oh, and something else. There's a HDRI, which means there's a dome in here. And if I press shift and right click, I can rotate it. And so I can see it from like kind of different lighting angles. Just so you know. Roughness. So it's super rough right now. So you can't really see any reflection, but if we take it down, kind of start seeing that the shine in there. Shift right click. So it's getting there. It's looking metro seat-ish. Very cool. Dots intensity, I don't know what it is. So I'm just gonna slide it and see what it does. Okay. I like that. Stain. So I'm basically just moving the slider. Sometimes I don't know what they mean. And I just go in and slide and I say, oh, that's what's going. So if you slide on the textures, you know, or you can see what's happening. Sounded kind of cool. Slide on the textures. Name of a drill song. All right, so yeah, I like this, right? And if I want to add to it, right now there's another layer. So I could go on this and I could, paint something. I could be like, all right, oh, and if we go to size right here, we can adjust this brush. I can do like, I don't know. Metro. I don't know. Just being stupid, right? So just saying you could paint on it, and I can change this color if I want. If I go down here, I go to color and I can say, all right, I want it to be red. And if I wanted to change the brush, I can go over, I'm gonna click this X, and I can go over to this, which is the brush, and I can give it a different looking brush. So I could say charcoal, let's say. Maybe retro. Or I could go in with this and do something like this. Let's say stroke opacity. So now it's really light. And I could say, all right, well, it's kind of dirty on the middle of the metro seats. And let me get a little bit of action in here. All right. So I can paint it like this. I could make this brush bigger. Kind of get it like that. So I'm just tap, tap, tap. I don't know if you could hear my mouse, but just like, I'm kind of going crazy. But I'm just kind of using it on the edges of these. Just to give it a little bit of something extra. All right, and let's say I got a little bit too crazy. Right? Oh no, I got to erase. So now I'm just gonna go over here and I'll click on, where's the eraser? Oh, there is an eraser. I'm not seeing it. On this, let me click on this. Nope, that was the wrong thing to do. Oh, eraser right here, sorry. It's over here in this side. So if I click on this eraser, I can do the same thing. And I can get some brushes. I just deleted that window. So it's a new version. How do I get it back? I click on that. Okay, I just click on that. So now we're here. And I can actually go back to brushes and I can make this an eraser. So this is my eraser. And I can choose a different kind of brush to erase with as well. So I'll just erase on the middle in certain areas. But remember, randomization is what makes things look amazing. So you have this. And also this is a layer, right? So if I click on the eyeball, it all goes away. Or I can go over here to the slider and adjust it like this. If I gave it too much sauce, All right, cool. I like the seat. Let's move on to the next thing. So that's the cushions, remember? Oh, and I can go to the back of the seat. I think the back of the seat was like 10, but look now, so look, if I'm on cushion, we see that stuff. Now we're on the back, so we can see how the layers are working. So I'll just go over here and I'll just type in plastic. So we have plastic gloss, plastic matte. We have all these different plastics. I'll just click on this matte one. I'll drag it over and put it there. And if I wanted to, I could just drag and click and bring this over. Remember, this is blank, so it doesn't matter. So we have this, this. I can just click on this and I don't know what Metro seat color is. I think it's like kind of tannish. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go in. You know what? I don't like these colors. So I'm just gonna click on this color picker, hold it, and I'll just go onto this and I'll try to choose the lightest color here, let's say. Get that, and I'll just drag this over. Like that. Could have modeled this a little better. You know what? I could have subdivided it. That would have worked. just to show you real quick. Oh, wrong thing. If I go over here, and this, remember the seat back. If I was to go in here and right click and do subdivide, I can put this in here. So this is subdivide node, give it 2 subdivisions. Now it's soft, right? And this whole thing would update. Matter of fact, I think I might do that at the end of this. But anyway, so I have this. Yeah, I like it. Metallic, if I want to make it look like metal or whatever, I could up it up. The roughness. So I have all these parameters. But yeah, we can adjust this any way we want. But now I'm gonna get this bottom part. So let's go to the vent box, right? What color is this, would you say? I don't remember.
It's the actual box. Ooh, I've got the reference up. Let me see.
Yeah, I forgot. Well, I
It's
don't have it.
actually I know the red ones are like a dark burgundy. They have that burgundy, the same burgundy carpet.
Okay, so it's a burgundy. Is it plastic?
Felt.
Felt. The box is felt.
It has a felt
So
cover, like carpeted cover on top of the box, and then the actual grate is metal.
okay. So this time we'll just go to fabric. I think you can see these larger. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, large. Wait, can it get larger? Oh no. Yeah, you know, I never use this over here. Maybe this time it's good. So let me go over here to, I'll just use this. All right, so we have this, and if we go to our, remember our scale, determines the scale of this. Oh yeah, so look, if we had larger textile density, all our textures would look horrible like this. But we have good textile density. So I just go to this, and then I can go to over here. You see like a burgundy, so something like this. Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, we could always adjust it. So this is just the starter. But yeah, okay, cool. And these, I'm guessing, are like kind of silverish metal-y type things. So I'll just click on this group, and let me go to medium. Let's go to metal. And let me go to something. I remember we could put whatever, because all these are just like a base. We're not gonna like stick with these, but I'll just go to this. Take this, put it over here. Cool. And I can go to this and kind of adjust this if it's looking too crazy. And we have our metal color, so I can make them yellow if I want to, or whatever. I don't know what color they are. This is why reference is important. Instead of someone telling you, I mean, thank you for the help, but you know, if you have your own reference and you're looking at this, it's much better. So look, we have this right here. I'm gonna hold down shift and right click. Cool. Looking good. And just to show you, we can go over to this thing right here. It's called iRay. And if we click on this, this has its own render. And if I hold down shift and right click, we can see this dome light in the viewport. So we're seeing exactly what it's doing. All right, and the cool thing is if we go to this right here, right now it's on this thing, but I can choose different HDRI locations. So now it's like in this, I don't know, this street somewhere in Spain or something. And we're seeing what it looks like. So we have different lighting scenarios we can put it in. to help us achieve our goal. And I actually went in and I got some, oh no, this is a different version I'm using, but I went in, I added some other HDRIs. And so there's a way to add your own in, you know, if you find them on the net or whatever. Go to like one other one, cave entry. Yeah. So we see what's doing. And I can just look in here and kind of like rotate around. And it just gives me the real quick lighting. So let me go to one last one, maybe two. And we have our beach. I like the beach one, but I think this one is better for this. So this right here, environment rotation, is doing what I'm doing. I'm just holding down shift and right click because it's better to do that. Exposure is lighting. So the lighter I make it, the brighter. You know, I like that. And this right here is Y, right? Remember X, Y, and Z, Y is up and down. So if I take this and I adjust this and I try to get this on the ground, sometimes it's like super sensitive, so it's hard to get it, and you might have to type in the number. Okay, I got it pretty nice that time. So we have this, cool. All right, so this is what it looks like under these lighting conditions. And if I ever want to go back, I just click on this, and I can just go back. And then go back and adjust it as needed. And then when it comes to exporting textures, you just go to File, Export Textures. And we have our cushion group, seat back. Oh, and just to let me show you real quick, just so I can show you, I'll go to this, zoom out. So we can see what each one is doing, the vent box, or each one that had the group. So it takes all these and it looks at the group and it says, all right, this one's in this one, this one's in this one. And so that's what you're seeing right here. 3D. And yeah, and then we can export our textures and send these to back to Cinema 4D.